Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff here from Films at Home. Thank you for checking out my channel. Today, I'm going to go over a quick little project that I just did here in the movie room. So, I've been collecting movies for about 4 or 5 years now, and I've just completely run out of space. And I have a kind of unique room with some slanted walls, which you'll see, where I keep all my movies. And so I needed to build some custom shelving, basically to hold a bunch of the Blu-rays that I haven't been storing very well prior to this. I wanted to give them a little bit better display, a little bit better storage. And so I'm going to build my own shelves, kind of walk you guys through how I did that so you can do it for yourself. These shelves are very cheap. They're going to run you like $30, $40 tops, depending on how big you want to make them. But the materials are cheap. They're very easy to put up, and they hold a ton of Blu-rays. So thank you for checking out this video. You're going to learn a lot about Blu-ray shelving, and I'm going to walk you through the whole process here, literally from the time I hopped into the store until the time that this was finished, which I'll show you at the end. So stay tuned, and thank you for checking this out. All right, so finally got my studs up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have hollow walls, so as you can see, I screwed these in, these right-handed right angle brackets, 2 screws into here, and then you have to use a toggle bolt to go in the wall because it's hollow. So one of those toggle bolts looks like this, and basically what it does is it goes in the wall like this, and then it opens on the other side, and it holds right here. So this can't be pulled off the wall. It's being held in by this screw and by a bracket here. I meant to do this one on the other side. As you can see on this one, I have a bracket on this side, and then a bracket down the bottom here. So this is going to be the base. Obviously, I had to keep it underneath these framed items. So they're a little bit lower, but they're going to be low, and they're going to be really wide, and there'll be movies all the way across here. So now it's time to put on the shelves. All right, guys, so the next couple steps here are putting on the 1x2s onto the 2x4s. You can see I already did my bottom row. Now I'm attaching on my second row. Missed a little bit there, but that's all right, you won't see it. Using deck screws to screw into the 2x4s, making sure this thing is level. And then you can see how these are gonna slide right in here. Obviously they won't fall when there's more backing them, but they'll slide in there, and then they sit up on here, and then as we go we'll do one more, and then there'll be a top shelf. I should be able to get quite a few Blu-rays across this whole length of shelving, but I gotta put on about 4 more shelves here, the 1x2s, building up, and the only tricky part here is making sure, just because of my measurements, I have a board, the 1x2, that'll be in the middle of the 2x4s. So you had to be really exact with your measurements and where you place these 2x4s in the wall, so that these 1x2s are exactly in the middle, and you can get a screw in there on each side like I did here. So kind of tricky start, but once I got the hang of it, I'm really banging out the shelves now, so should be done in just about an hour or so. What have I gotten myself into? Lots of work still to be done. Lots of moves to sort, but hey, we're coming along. We got 3 shelves along there now. 1 more to go on the top, and then we'll be good to go for this side of the room. Progress. Not too bad. Starting to fill these shelves in. All right, guys, so finished product coming in a minute. As you can see, I've got just stacks and stacks and stacks of Blu-rays here. The room's a bit of a project right now, so I'm taking this shelf down. I'm gonna have Scream Factory stuff there, Criterion's there, Disney movies, 4Ks. That'll be a nice display shelf. And then I am gonna get more shelves here. Unfortunately, on this wall, I talked about earlier that I was gonna put some custom shelving there too. This is an exterior wall, and it goes to the outside of my condo building, which unfortunately is actually brick. So there isn't any drywall here. It's plaster right up against the brick, so I can't put any wall anchors in. I can't mount anything to this wall unless I got like 3-inch masonry screws, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I bought a couple shelves from Best Buy that I'll show off when they come in. It's gonna take a couple weeks. I ordered them. They're Atlanta media shelves, like this one here, but they're a little bit shorter. They're actually only 3 feet tall, so they'll sit right about here. I'll have a couple inches below the slant and the break in the wall. And I have 4 of them coming, so one's gonna go over there, and then 1, 2, 3 will go here. So that'll be the end of the storage. But let's take a look now at the custom shelves. So here they are. Obviously I'm still filling things out. I'm sorting them by genre right now. So if you look at the construction, basically we've got a 1x2 right here, just a 1x2 board, and that's what all the movies sit on. So if I pull one out, I'll pull a couple out and you can see, there is actually a gap back there. So this is all it is just this 1x2. The movie sits on that and it doesn't go anywhere. It overhangs about 1 inch, not too far, so that you can easily, pull it out, grab it with your finger, but they're not gonna fall down and they're not gonna go anywhere because more than 3/4 of the Blu-ray is covered and is back up against the wall. The only thing that you need to do for mounting is you gotta get 2x4s like this. These are drilled into the wall. I just had drywall without any studs, so I had to use wall anchors. They're very strong. Nothing's gonna go anywhere. They're holding, they could hold a TV if you mounted a TV. But if you have drywall with studs behind it, you're gonna wanna mount these into the studs. I did them about every 3 feet. As you can see, there's one on the end, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at the other end. And then there's 4 of the 1x2 boards starting on the bottom, makes the second shelf, third shelf, and then the top board. I'm also going to be putting a flat shelf on top of here. Now that it's finished, I kind of realized that I need to finish the top a little bit and close it off. So we're gonna get a board that goes all the way across here, and I'm gonna be able to sit Funko Pops. Some of my home theater speaker will sit on there because I need the right surround to go over in this area on this wall. Different collectibles, you can put a drink on it. It's gonna be a nice little shelf to finish this off. I didn't paint this just because I kind of liked the natural wood look. I didn't even stain it or anything. I mean, it's just holding movies, so it's not a big deal for me. But definitely something you could do. You could paint it, you could stain it. I may paint the top shelf just to give it a kind of clean, finished look. But I really like the way it came out. As you can see, it's going to hold a ton of movies, and it's only 30 inches high. So I only did it this high because I have all this stuff here, mounted already and framed. I'm not going to move that. But if you had a higher wall and you could go all the way up to here and go maybe 6 feet high, or if I had done something like that over in this area where I could have built up much higher, I mean, you could get thousands of Blu-rays on here. And this whole setup only cost about $30 and took about 3 or 4 hours to mount to the wall. So, you could go higher. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could do 7, 8 of these shelves and just make sure that 2x4 is every 3 feet supporting it, and you're gonna be perfectly fine. And right here, even just having 3 long shelves, I mean, I'm gonna get like 750 Blu-rays on here, which is just insane. It cleans up the room so much once I finally get all these piles away, but it really just makes things much better looking than the way I had them before. They were in cubbies, they were on bookshelves that weren't really built for Blu-rays, so you couldn't see what you had. They were set back, they were really hard to see, it was dark. Now I can see all the titles I have, they're right here in front of me. Easy to grab, easy to find. They're gonna be sorted by genre. So I got horror movies over here, some action, comedy. They're gonna all be sorted. I'll do a little bit of labeling, but just a much, much better solution than what I had before, and really cheap. $30 for this. For the ones that I'm putting on this wall right here, that are only going to hold about 250 each. I'm paying 30 bucks a pop for those because they're coming from Best Buy. So it's going to cost me, you know, $120 to put one here and put 3 here. And this whole wall only cost me about 30 bucks and some, you know, effort on my part. So it's really a no-brainer to do the custom shelving, especially if you follow this plan and make it, you know, really, really cheap, but strong and sturdy. So it's a great idea if you've got a large collection or you're going to be, you know, expanding into the future, to just do some custom shelving like this. Really makes the room feel so much better without having movies laying around. They all have a spot. They're all easy to find now, easy to see. It's a much improved experience for the collector in me. All right, guys, that's about it. Hopefully you took something away from this video. Hopefully it was informative enough. I really wanted to give you guys the information so that you could build your own shelves like these. Definitely if you have a more squared off room than I do and you don't have the slanted ceilings, you know, you could do way more than I did in terms of height. You could get much higher, you could get much wider. You could, you know, hold thousands of Blu-rays literally for maybe $80 or $90, where a custom shelf like the Atlanta Media one that I have, the big black one on the back of the room that I film most of my videos in front of, that cost me about $90 alone. Holds about 750 Blu-rays, and it's a really nice case. But 90 bucks for that, or 90 bucks to hold 2,000 Blu-rays, I mean, it's a no-brainer. You just got to put in a little effort on your part with the woodworking, making the cuts and being able to, you know, mount things on your wall. Really basic carpentry stuff. It's nothing too crazy. But, you know, if you have the tools and you can do it, or you know somebody who does, it's a really fun project. And then at the end, you get to reap the rewards of having these really nice Blu-ray shelves. So I can't complain at all. I really enjoyed this. And for the cost, it was amazing. So definitely, if you guys want plans for this, if you want to learn more about it, how I did this, just send me a message. Let me know. I can get more in detail for you, give you some better idea of the exact cuts and the lengths, and you know exactly what you need for materials, what I use for screws, things like that. Whatever you're wondering, happy to help you out. So send me a message there. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I really, like I said, I hope you get a lot out of this. And definitely remember, you know, subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, share it with other collectors. Hopefully this helps a lot of people, gives them a lot of good ideas on how to build their own shelves, and hopefully helps out the whole community. So I really appreciate you sharing this, liking the video, and definitely subscribe to my channel as always. Click those notifications and turn that bell on. And yeah, thanks for checking it out, guys, and I'm going to be signing off here. So until next time, have a good one.